Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 447 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. There's just a few updates for this Black Friday, but I thought I'd get this out of the way before this coming weekend. So the first thing is Ava Duvernay actually has a small update on New Gods. Nothing groundbreaking, but it's still an update. When asked about updates on New Gods on her hashtag AskAva, she responded, "Writing with Tom King like Barda in a battle, strong and fearing no man." So basically, not too much. I see there's still some hate here, but it's basically Big Barda is probably going to be very, very much the primary protagonist possibly in this movie, New Gods. They're still writing it, so it hasn't actually gone into production. It still has to go through the studio to confirm and approve and everything. So it's still up in the air if this is actually going to happen or not. Will it happen? Probably. I mean, they put a lot of faith into Ava Duvernay in terms of Warner Media. So it probably will happen, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. So that is your very small update for New Gods. The next one is we have that thing coming, in Brazil. It's Comic-Con CCXP, and they're highlighting, of course, Wonder Woman 1984 and also Birds of Prey. Apparently, we're going to have two trailers. We're going to have a new trailer for Birds of Prey, and we're going to have our very first look trailer at Wonder Woman 1984. So that is definitely pretty exciting as a DC film fan, as a DC fan, and it will be quite interesting, especially the look they're doing right now. I mean, they're really going into the 80s here, guys. Like, this is just some merchandise. Granted, these are like school books and stuff like that. They tend to be colorful, things like that, but a definite 80s vibe to it, getting really go really into the 1980s, the look and everything, the feel of it, which I thought that was kind of interesting. So it's a lot of different stuff for Wonder Woman fans out there to grab off the shelves, and this seems to be the one that are going to be at the CCXP. Now, another one that was very interesting is this shirt right here. Apparently, this is the merchandise in Brazil. It's a shirt. And what you can see from here that is very intriguing is the usage of the helmet here. That's right. She's going to have her golden. Now, we already saw her in her golden outfit, right? But never showed the helmet. So it's drawn here, and yeah, maybe it's just a graphic, and they're putting it on the shirts. We've seen toys with different types of costumes and stuff, and it never really is in the movie. But I'm feeling like this is one of those things that will actually be in the movie, as any suit of armor sometimes has a helmet to protect the head, and in this case it looks just like that. Very comic book accurate, as you can see here. Very interesting indeed. Wondering, this is the route that they're going to go with, maybe even with the wings as well, which is pretty exciting for Wonder Woman fans, comic book accurate Wonder Woman fans, and it will be interesting what she's going to use with this. Now, we did hear from a while that maybe she has to put on super armor because she's not as powerful, or she's going against something that is stronger than her. That's also a possibility when you bring in all this mythical characters and such. So that is a possibility as well. But it definitely, you will see something different here. You'll definitely probably see that helmet there, and the wings and everything, and it'll be quite amazing and quite intriguing to see this live action, like how that would play out. That would be very crazy, and so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Are they going to show a lot of that? I mean, we had those Wonder Woman teaser leaks from before where they talked about she's fighting in the White House, and she has her battle armor on. There's like bolts of lightning or something attacking her. So very interesting, and I'm really just kind of hoping it's good. Kind of hoping to see a good movie. I have very much faith in Patty Jenkins. The first Wonder Woman was really awesome. There are a lot of interesting things you hear about Wonder Woman 1984 that make you kind of question a little bit of what the heck is going on in the next movie. But we'll see. You can't really judge a book without having seen anything, not even the real cover. I mean, we've seen the cover meaning like a trailer, right? We haven't seen this thing in motion. We haven't seen the vibe and the feel, the story. So until we get that, we can't really say if it's good or not. And that's why I'm very excited to see if she can really pull off this Wonder Woman 1984. Also pull off, if this is in fact, are they just going to retcon how Wonder Woman is introduced in Batman v Superman, like that never happened? Some people say that this is kind of like a way of resetting Wonder Woman so that it's not the same Wonder Woman you see in Justice League. It will be a different Wonder Woman. This is her origin. She's going to be out in the open in the 80s, things like that, or there's more to it, and see, because the test screenings, like I said, different test screenings, like David F. Sandberg is, it doesn't really represent the movie. Some test screenings will have different elements that are not going to be in the final movie. They just want to test to see how audience would react to certain things in the movie. So what we'll get in the theaters will not necessarily what people have seen during test screenings. That's what I want to say. So let's see. I mean, next week we're gonna actually get to see. Is it next week? I want to see. I'd say next week we're gonna finally get to see the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. So let's do it. Finally. Now, I just want to do a little bit critique here. Now, I don't usually do this, but this kind of irked me a little bit. Forbes put out an article, and it's an opinion piece, and it's based on the Variety, hoopla that happened a few days ago, where DC Films still doesn't know what to do with Superman. The studio reportedly is unsure how to make the character relevant to modern audiences. And now you say that was a insider source. So someone in Warner Brothers put that out as a way. I don't know why. It's old information, and nothing new from that entire Variety article. So it amazes me why Justin Crowe and Brett Lang actually put that out. But I still feel like Warner Brothers has something up their sleeve, and that's why they did that. But in any case, they put this out, and some dude, I don't know who he is, Jeff Weiner, a criminal justice and public safety editor. Yeah, it's some editor, some guy just decided to make an opinion, and it's fine to have an opinion. But I always find this kind of interesting and funny. Okay, so he says, make him fun, right? And we've gone through this, make Superman fun. I get it. There's different interpretations of Superman. And there's the Christopher Reeve one, there's Lois and Clark, there's Smallville, there's that dude on the CW. Different interpretations of Superman, and I get it. I understand that. Zack Snyder did something different, and this guy doesn't like it. I get it. You don't like, that's on you. That's you, right? That's your opinion and stuff. But I always find this kind of funny. He says, do the opposite of this, right? Do the opposite of this. But then he uses this. Try instead this. This is the example instead of this. And if you notice, if you're really looking at these two scenes right here, these two scenes are essentially the same kind of scene, if you really think about it, right? They're both involved with General Zod. They're both involved with killing General Zod. Like this. He doesn't want this. And he wants this. It's almost like he's kind of saying, he's kind of implying here that when you murder someone, you smile about it. You're happy about it, right? So he'd rather have him not scream or, not. He just killed. He had to kill the last of his kind to save humanity. That's why he's screaming. No. He wants him to go. That might have worked back in the 1980s. But this is not 1980s no more. It might have been acceptable then. And they're talking about how to get, Superman relatable to modern audiences. We did that. How can this not be relatable? You'd rather have him smile as he killed the last of his kind. Right? And you can argue once again. I know the argument is like, well, in the deleted scene, Zod actually lives and stuff. Hey, that's a deleted scene. It never made it into the movie. It's not canon. Okay? And also, even in the Donner cut, he left that out. So that implies Zod's dead. He's dead. He's dead in Superman 2. Right? And, this is far more relatable to our audiences, to modern audiences. I mean, if you felt something then that means it's relatable to you. If you felt nothing, it's not actually relatable to you. If you felt something, then it worked. It did something to you. And that makes it relatable. Because if you have felt nothing, you just watched a movie, you laughed, you walked out. That's not being relatable or anything. It's not. You're not connecting to it. You're having no real feelings toward it, either a hate or love, right? This Man of Steel proved that you were relatable to it because you are part of that angry mob that is disgusted by some superhuman immigrant person that came out here all powerful, right? And wondering if he's all good. You're essentially the people holding up the banners, holding up the signs at the Senate building in Batman v Superman. That's you, right? And then there's the other half of us who love him, who love Superman because we can relate to him. That's us. That's the people who are reaching out towards him, right? And the ones after he saves the kid out of the fire. That's us. Where we're like praising him. Oh, he is God. He will save us. He's our savior. It's sort of funny how Batman v Superman, it kind of shows us the types of audiences that are liking Zack Snyder's movies. It's weird, I know. It's like he knew that. It's crazy. But that's what makes it relatable because you actually conjured a feeling other than just laughing and having a good time. Think about that for a second. But, everybody's different. And yes, film is subjective, but this is a weird take. Anyway, I want to leave you off with a tinfoil for the weekend. This has come from Daniel M. Lopsmoya. I think that's how you say it. Okay, this just happened and I don't have any idea how to handle it. I asked if inside the trunk was the Snyder Cut, and I said bugs go to find it and make justice. Of course, I translated that. This was on Instagram at W Pictures Latin America, and under this, he had asked that question, and Warner Brother Pictures, the official Warner Brother Pictures for Latin America, says, and sealing the lips, right? Sealing the lips, like it's an official, Warner Brother Pictures thing, right? Of course, the translation, official account of Warner Brothers in Latin America posted that picture of Bugs with the trunk, so I sarcastically asked if the Snyder Cut was inside of it, followed with find the Snyder Cut, Bugs, do justice, release the Snyder Cut. Warner Brothers liked my comment and answered me that. So, what does that mean? It could mean nothing. I mean, it could be just another intern like the one in HBO Asia who very much are just in support of the Snyder Cut. These people who are using their these internet media, social media sites and stuff to kind of in a way support the Snyder Cut without being the execs themselves. That could be the case. That could also mean that there are a lot of people at Warner Brothers who don't who are against the execs for kind of just rebelling against the execs and siding with the fans and saying, hey, just release the Snyder Cut already. So there could be that. Or in the other one where you can put the tinfoil hat on and they're absolutely are for it, or they're saying, let's just wait a bit because the Snyder Cut is coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming. And I'd like to add, yes, it is. Snyder Cut is definitely coming. It's just going to have to take a little bit of patience, but it's coming. All right, guys. Well, that is it. Hopefully that kind of picked you up a little bit towards this weekend. Like I said, even if you've not heard anything, if Warner Bros. Is not saying anything and stuff, it doesn't mean nothing is happening in the background. So just keep hoping, keep your head up, be optimistic, be positive, and just know that this is not an if the Snyder Cut is going to be released, it's a when is the Snyder Cut going to be released. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. I want to thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.